Rise and Energize Her Morning Show is brought to you by Mogul TV Global Network, the number one streaming TV network for positive programming in the Mid-Atlantic. To learn how you can energize your business and brand with media, visit www.themogulchannel.com. Today is your day, day one. Not one day, but 2 days, where dreams collide with courage, where fear takes the back seat and purpose drives. If I had to start over, this is what I'd do on day one. I'd step forward, unburdened, unhindered, ready to rise. No more doubts, no more shadows. This is the moment to reclaim your path, a fresh beginning where you don't look back. At the Day One Summit, we start, we build, we become. So will you choose to step forward? Will you make this your day one? Hi, I'm Tameka Chapman, and I am so excited to be one of the featured speakers at the Renewed Vision Summit for Christian Women. I will be talking about overcoming fear and doubt, breaking barriers to success with faith. So grab your free ticket at the link below, get it, and get inspired to get your renewed vision for your faith, family, and business in 2025.
Won't need another, this one here really do it for you.
Baby, I'm yours. Yeah, baby, I'm all yours. Baby, come down to the yours. Let me show you how to the yours.
Y'all about my big bro Gerard in the podcast crew.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Mind Your Business. I am Ivori Claire, and before we get started, I like to take 3 deep breaths in. So I want y'all to join me. If you are driving, y'all don't close your eyes. Don't close your eyes. But if you are in a safe space, fully commit to this, y'all. Fully commit to it because it feels so good. Y'all ready? Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last time, breathe in. Breathe out. Y'all doesn't feel good? Y'all feel so good. Happy Friday! I don't know even why I said it that low. Probably because I just did my breaths. But y'all, happy Friday! Happy Friday, y'all. Welcome to Friday. Welcome to Friday. And welcome to Mind Your Business. Mind Your Business is a segment where I just teach you, or just not really teach you, but just share some tips on how to just focus on yourself to become the best version of you, right? To become the best version of you. And that's all we really want. We want to thrive out here in this world, not survive. So I just teach you just certain tips that help me throughout my journey that I just would like to share with you. So if you tuned in if you tuned in last week, welcome back. And if you just tuned in, welcome. But last week we talked about it's not you, it's me. And that's where we focus on just like setting boundaries, and it was okay to say no. So this week we're going to focus on just forgiving. And it is so important to forgive. But we're not just forgiving, it's anybody out here. You know who we're forgiving? Ourselves. We're forgiving ourselves because you know what? Sometimes we go out here and we forgive everybody. Sometimes, I don't know, it depends on who you are, But, we're easily to forgive everybody else, or we ask forgiveness from everyone, but we're so hard on ourselves. We're so hard on ourselves, and we're not as gentle on ourselves as we are on other people. So this week on this minding your business is taking the time to forgive yourself. And you only know what you need forgiveness for. But we're not just going to say just forgiving like any old way, like, hey, Ivory, I forgive you. No, we're going to be really, really intimate with this one, right? We're going to be really intimate. So when you have some time, hopefully like today or this weekend, I really want you to sit down and write a forgiveness letter to yourself. A forgiveness letter to yourself. And write it out. Dear, whatever your name is, insert your name. And write like really deep and detail what you are forgiving yourself for, and forgiving yourself for the things, whatever you need forgiveness for, whatever you want you to forgive, because it's so important to become the better version of yourself, or the best version of yourself. You have to let go a lot of things, and we talked that about a couple of weeks ago, like letting things go. But we can let a lot of things go with, with people or with situations or with mindset. But sometimes we are so hard on ourselves because maybe we didn't make the right decisions and we ended up in a certain place, or we didn't, or whatever it is that that you ended up in a certain place over. We haven't forgiven ourselves for making that decision. But sometimes we do things that we think that is correct at that time. But today is time to forgive yourself. It's time to forgive yourself. And it may be hard for some, but it may be easy. But whether it's hard or easy, we all know it's time. And write that letter. And once you finish, it may take you a couple of days. It may be emotional. But once you finish writing that letter, try to read that letter at least once a week. At least once a week. Like my letters that I write, I read at least something every night before I go to bed. Every night before I go to bed, I like to read something, a letter, because I write letters all the time. So I like to read it just to remind me, to have it fresh in my mind. So you're going to write your letter, your forgiveness letter to yourself, and you're going to read it at least once a week. At least once a week, okay? Well, thank you again for tuning in. Mind your business, and I'll see you. You have a wonderful day and a blessed weekend. Until next time.
Waking up with stars in our eyes, we see the world through new sunrise.
So let's talk about some pillars, some key strategies and methods that you've created for us to learn how we can do just that. So I'm going to pull up on the screen what she's already shared with me. Y'all, listen, get ready for it. Get your pen and your paper. Get ready to take some notes, and then you can listen to this stream over and over as many times as you need. But let's dive into your recharge pillars of self-care, Dr. Cherie.
Absolutely. So these are tried and true. They've been tested. You want to know who tested them? I did. Because when I was going through life, whether it was going through having children or going through a divorce or loss in my life, I've had it all. So I came up with the things, what did I do for myself that I can share with other busy women, other moms, somebody else out there who just feels like they're at their wits' end. So these are the 8 recharge pillars of self-care. It's a guide to being whole, mind, body, and spirit. So the first one is self-advocacy. Are you speaking up for yourself? Sometimes you got to tell others no to say yes to yourself. And no doesn't have to be nasty. You don't have to say no and say it mean. You can be like, that's not going to work this time. Maybe next time I'm not going to be able to do it. There are other ways to say no, but self-advocacy not only dictates how you treat yourself, but the way that you treat yourself dictates how others treat you. When they see that you're serious about your self-care and that you're not going to put other things before yourself if you're not able to, you may get less requests to do so. So self-advocacy, treating yourself the way you want to be treated, and that dictates to others, and also saying no sometimes so that others, to take care of you instead of taking care of everybody else. The second is nutrition. We've all heard that saying, you are what you eat, right? That is true. You are what you eat. If you put in crap, you're going to feel like crap. That's what's going to come out. So now crap, we made an acronym out of this. I borrowed this from one of my other wellness sisters years ago, and she let me have it. So crap is those chemically refined, altered, processed foods, anything packaged in salt or sugar to keep it fresh so that you want to eat it. That's your fast foods. All those things are crap. They make you feel horrible. They taste good on your lips, but last a lifetime on your hips. And then they also they also don't keep you sustained and full for a long time. So you're increasing your calories because you're trying to replace that crap once you dump it out. Instead of eating crap, you want to replace it with crow. What is crow? Those clean, raw, organic, whole foods that are going to sustain you long term. You're going to feel good. You're going to look good because it's going to reflect itself on your glowing skin, hair, and nails. So we have to really watch what we're eating. That's a part of your self-care, making sure that you eat the foods that are going to nourish your mind, body, and spirit. The next one, the next one is movement. So after you've eaten all that food, you need to work it off, right? You have to burn more calories than what you consume. So we're going to move our bodies. And it doesn't mean that you have to be in a gym. It just means that you need to move, whether it's going up and down your stairs multiple times during the day and making it purposeful movements. Whether you're turning on a video and just copying off of one of the instructors online or on TV, whether it's dancing to your favorite songs while you're cleaning the house, move something. That's not only going to benefit your waistline, but it's also going to benefit your heart health. Also, when you're exercising, you're releasing those feel good hormones, those endorphins that are going to keep you feeling energized, feeling recharged, feeling great about yourself. So, and also, ladies, if your waist size is greater than 35, we need you moving a little bit more, because when your waist size is greater than 35 for women, it means that you're now directly predisposed to heart disease and stroke. So 35 or more, time to put some work in, cut back on the nutrition, watch your nutrition and watch your movement. Now, after we've exercised, we all get tired, right? So it's time to relax. Relaxation is the fourth recharge pillar. When was the last time that you absolutely did nothing? Just be a couch potato. Do absolutely nothing. Turn off the cell phones. Turn off the cell phones. Turn off the TV. Turn off all those gadgets and just do absolutely nothing and just relax. Be in that moment. Rest. Just give your body, your mind, everything just a break. And then that ties in with meditation, which is number 5. When you're meditating, it helps you to regain your focus. You have more clarity. You can come up with the next best thing that you're going to do for your life, for your family's life. You may even come up with a new business idea. You may even problem solve better when you just take moments to just be in the moment. And when you have those moments of just quiet and solitude, you actually can hear nature. You're able to just appreciate life itself. So relaxation and meditation kind of intertwine, but they're separate too, because there's some ways yoga is a way of helping you to meditate as well, but also it also aids with movement. So these all kind of tie in together, but the whole goal of these 8 recharge pillars of self-care is to guide you to wholeness mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. Are you well? The next ones, and the next 2 I'm going to put together, forgiveness and healing. It's up to you how long you let what hurt you haunt you.
Yeah.
I'm going to repeat it for the people in the back. It's up to you how long you let what hurt you haunt you. Because some of us are holding on to some stuff that happened to us 20, 25 years ago. We're still holding on to it like it is crazy glued to our hands, our brains, our bodies, and it's really toxic for us. So it's like dripping a slow poison into your veins. When you're holding on to something, you wouldn't drink poison. You wouldn't say, hey, doc, hook me up to an IV and let the poison run in. Why? Because it would kill you. Well, the stress from holding on to things that have happened to us and not letting it go and truly healing is like slowly killing you. because subconsciously it's still staying on your mind and it's affecting your health and that waistline because cortisol is released when we're stressing out. So if it's not going to matter 5 years down the line, make it a rule of thumb not to even waste 5 minutes on it. So if it's not going to matter five years down the line, don't waste 5 minutes on it. It's okay sometimes to get upset. We're human, but let it go quickly. Freely forgive. And when you do that and you have less recall of what hurt you, that's when you know you have truly healed or you're healing. You have less recall. You're quick to forgive. You remember that, hey, the thing that happened to me does not dictate who I am, and what I do after that thing that hurt me actually is going to benefit me, or it can be detrimental to your health. So we want you to forgive freely, heal, start to have less recall of the things that hurt you. And then when you've done all 7 of those things, the last recharge pillar is to throw yourself a party because you have successfully become whole, mind, body, and spirit. So you want to celebrate yourself. How often have we accomplished things and we never look back and be like, oh, I pat myself on the back? We're looking for accolades from others, but we need to look internally and say, hey, what have I done in the last month? What have I done in the last 2 months, 6 months, 3 months, however long you want to look at it? Put that on your calendar and say, celebrate you today. And put yourself on your calendar. Every single day you should be on your calendar, even if it's just 10 minutes. Me time, love on me, self-care, whatever you want to name it. Put your own name in it. Because the fact of the matter is we put our appointments on there. We put our kids' appointments on there. We put our doctor's appointments. Why don't we put an appointment to love on ourselves and perform strategic self-care? Not just saying, okay, I went and got my hair and nails done. Because we know we like to look good, but what are you doing for the inside to make you glow from the inside out? So those are the 8 recharge pillars of self-care. And they don't have to be done in any particular order. You know what you need most. So I liken the mind, body, spirit, wholeness to a puzzle. So when we were younger, this generation really doesn't do puzzles, but we do puzzles. We did puzzles when I was growing up. And if you had one piece of a puzzle that was missing, you would be so upset. Why? Because you would say, you know what? I can't see the whole picture. I want to
Yeah.
see the whole
Yeah.
beautiful picture. Well, we are a 3 part puzzle: mind, body, and spirit. If one part needs some work, it's bent, it's missing, it's just not fitting right into the groove of the other pieces of that puzzle, you don't get the beautiful picture of what you're trying to see in yourself. So we
I
have to do the necessary work and perform self-care daily so that we can be whole, and we can be whole to ourselves first, and then we can be the best version of ourselves to the world.
I love this, Dr. Cherie. Oh my gosh. You answered the question of, is do you have to go in order with these? I love that you don't have to go in order, but I will tell anybody that's tuning in, you can't go from self-advocacy to celebration and not do the rest of them. Okay?
Absolutely.
We have
Right.
to do the
Celebration
work.
is the only one that has to be last. So you have to do the work before you celebrate. That's right.
Yes. Oh my gosh. This is amazing, and I love that you shared this. I know for myself, all of these pillars relate to me on a daily basis. Like you have to do these things every single day to be whole.
Yeah.
I love the meditation and relaxation. Now yoga and meditation, it's still a work in progress for me. I tried meditation their way and I went to sleep. However, I have learned to meditate my way, and it's working so far. But this is absolutely amazing. Thank you for sharing. Yeah,
Absolutely.
thank you for sharing this. This is yeah, I love it. I love all of that.
Yeah, and with the meditation, you can also, sometimes people really have a hard time. So if you need to change the frequency of your brain, there is a music called megahertz, and you can just play megahertz right on YouTube. Just Google megahertz on YouTube, and you play it, and it changes the frequency of your brain to be in
Yeah.
whatever mood you want it to be in, whether you want positive vibes, whether you want to go to sleep, whether you just want just relaxation and whatever energy that you want for that time,
Mhm.
focus, deep thinking, whatever it is, you pick that 1 megahertz, and it actually works. And they have like 8 to 13 hours of it. You could just sit there and have that on to change the frequency of your brain. And sometimes that's what we have to do. If we don't like something on the radio or on the TV, what do? We change the channel.